Hello viewers, welcome to our class once more. Alright, I want us to solve another question of how to apply the knowledge of factorization of quadratic trinomial to solve another number-based question involving equations. Alright, so anytime you see a number-based question and then you have the base, you are supposed to find the base and the figures are 3, alright, 3, then you see that you are going to get a quadratic trinomial because of the exponent of the x. Since the figures are 3, the first one will multiply the exponent of 0, the second one will multiply the exponent of 1, and this one will multiply the exponent of 2 to all the base of the x. So you are going to get a quadratic trinomial. Alright, before we start our class, as I always said, our class is sponsored by Best Grade series called Mathematics. Go and get your copy in all bookshops in Ghana, and I believe that it's going to help you so much. Okay, let's come back to our work for today. We have 2, 3 base x equal to 125 base 7. So that is our question. Okay, so we are going to convert this to base 10, convert this also to base 10. So in conversion this to base 10, we have 2 times x exponent 2 plus 3 times x exponent 1 plus 3 times x exponent 0. Then this is also in base 7. We convert this one to also to base 10. So we have 1 times 7 exponent 2 plus 2 times 7 exponent 1 plus 5 times 7 exponent 0. Alright, that is what we have. So this one will give us 2 times x will give us 2x squared plus 3 times x exponent 1 will give us 3x. 3 times x exponent 0 will give us 3. Equal to 1 times 7 squared, 49 plus 2 times 7 exponent 1 will give us 14 plus 5 times 7 exponent 0 will give us 5. The only number exponent 0 is 1. So 1 times 5 is giving us 5. The same here, 1 times 3 giving us 3. Okay, so we continue. 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 equal to 49 plus 14 is giving us 63 plus 5 is giving us 68. So we have 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 equal to 68. Alright? So whenever you see this, you realize that you are coming to get a quadratic trinomial. And the knowledge of how to factorize will help us to solve it. Okay. So we have 2x squared plus 3x plus 3. You bring this one to this side, minus 68, and equate it to what? To 0. So then finally you have 2x squared plus 3s minus 65 equal to 0. So you see that you have gotten your quadratic trinomial. So now what is left is to be able to get the two factors and then we factorize this equal to 0 and then we get our answer. Alright. So whatever we have here, what we know is that you take the coefficient of the x, which is 2, and then you multiply by the constant. So here, if I'm supposed to take that, 2 times minus 65 is going to give me what? Minus 130, alright? This is what I'm going to get. Then, I find two numbers. When you multiply, you get minus 130. At the same time, when you add, you get the coefficient of the s, which is what? Which is 3. Which two numbers will help us with that? That will be, I believe it to be 13 and then minus 10. Is that okay? 13 and then minus 10. So you realize that we have 13 and then minus 10. 13 times minus 10 will give us minus 130. At the same time, 13 plus 10 or 13 minus 10 is going to give us a positive 3. So that is what we have there. So we are going to use this and then we get our two factors. So as we are told, we have the short way of getting our two factors. Okay? And the short way is that because this particular question, the main question is not the quadratic trinomial. The main question is a number base. So we can just use our short way and then get our two factors and solve for the value of x. So we have our factors as 13 and then the minus 10. Alright, so you write your s here, your s here. So we have positive 30. So we have s plus 13 and then you have the minus 10 here. So we have s minus 10 equal to 0. So we have this our two factors. But this is not our final answer, okay? Because this can be the two factors of the quadratic trinomial if the coefficient of the s square is only 1. However, here the coefficient of the s square is what? Is 2. So we cannot take this as our final answer. So what do? We are going to divide here by 2. We are going to divide here by 2. This has already been taught when we were learning how to factorize a quadratic trinomial. So we divide here by 2. And then when you divide 13 by 2, you divide also here by what? By 2. Alright? When you divide here by 2, minus 10 by 2, you get what? Minus 5. Minus 13 over 2, also, we get a decimal. Okay? However, we are not going to write it as that. So what we do is that we will take the denominator and then we multiply by the x. Okay? So it will become 2x plus 13. That is what we are going to get. So that when we solve, at the end of the day, we will come and then get our final answer. Alright. So here, we are going to get here as what? 10 over 2 will give us 5. And then here, 13 over 2, we multiply the denominator by the x. Alright. And then maintain the numerator. So it will give us 2x plus 13. I believe you get it because we have already learned this. Alright. Therefore, we will have 2x plus 13 equal to 0. Which implies that our 2x is equal to minus 13, which implies that our x is equal to minus 13 over 2. Or, you see that we also have s minus 5. So we also have s minus 5 equal to 0, which implies that s is equal to what? 5. So we have two answers for s. Either s is minus 13 over 2, or s is equal to what? S is equal to 5. But because we are dealing with number basis, we cannot substitute minus 13 over 5 here. It will not work. Our number base is always positive. So then we conclude that, therefore, our x is equal to 5. Since number base is positive. Alright. So our answer becomes x is equal to 5. Since number base is positive. So this is our answer for today. So I believe that today you have learned so much. And you know, as I was also teaching, there is also a way you can use a calculator to also come by this your factors. I have taught that one already. I believe, and when you watch my other video, you will see how to use a calculator to do. See you another time. I know you have enjoyed the class. Bye bye.